This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Monday means it's Modern Monday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and we have a super sweet Solemnity combo list to look at today. This is Undying Solemnity, and I know we've played Solemnity in the past, but we've mostly used it as like a prison piece to lock our opponent out of the game. This deck is looking to use it as a combo piece very proactively to hopefully assemble a weird infinite combo and just kill the opponent all at once, maybe as early as turn 4. So this one comes to us from Nakaano Yoshihito, who took it to a undefeated finish in a small Japanese tournament. So congrats to Yoshihito on a super sweet deck. A quick reminder before we break down Undying Solemnity for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made to videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Undying Solemnity is a Solemnity deck, and Solemnity, just as a refresher, 3-mana enchantment, makes it so players can't get counters. Same for artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. So we have played Solemnity in the past, trying to lock our opponent out of the game with Phyrexian Unlife, and while we can technically do that in this deck, we have one copy of Phyrexian Unlife. That's not really the primary focus of the deck, but some games will just randomly have our one Phyrexian Unlife, play it with Solemnity, make it so essentially we can't just lose to damage, because once we get below 0, the damage will be infect, and then the infect will be prevented by Solemnity since it's in the form of counters. So that is something we just can randomly do, but the real goal of this deck is to get Solemnity down along with our Undying, or actually Persist, very similar mechanics creatures. So Geralf's Messenger, Murderous Redcap are kind of our first combo pieces with Solemnity. So Messenger enters the battlefield tapped, drains for 2 when it enters, has Undying, so if it would die and it didn't have a +1/+1 counter on it, you return it to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. Murderous Redcap, kind of the same thing, but 4 mana, deals damage equal to its power, which is 2. Persist is like reverse Undying. If it would die and didn't have a -1/-1 counter, you return it with a -1/-1 counter. The thing is, if we have Solemnity, those counters don't go on the creatures, which means, let's say you have Geralf's Messenger with Solemnity, Geralf's Messenger dies, it comes back into play, it's not going to have that counter on it, so then it just keeps coming back. If it dies again, it comes back into play, dies again, comes back into play, and it's draining our opponent for 2 along the way. Same with Murderous Redcap, 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. So even just playing these with Solemnity, blocking, attacking, playing a fair game is fine. However, if we throw one more piece into the mix, Greater Gargadon or Viscera, a free sacrifice outlet, Solemnity plus one of our Undying/Persist creatures and sacrifice outlet is just game over on the spot. So Gargadon, suspend it on turn 1, sacrifice something to get a counter off of it. Viscera, sacrifice something to scry. These are just free sacrifice outlets that let us repeatedly sacrifice our Messenger, our Murderous Redcap. So the nut draw of this deck is something like playing our sac outlet on turn 1 or turn 2, on turn 3 playing our Solemnity, on turn 4 playing Messenger or Murderous Redcap, and the game just ends. We sacrifice the Messenger Redcap, do it again, draining for 2 each time, killing our opponent. So that's kind of the main plan of the deck. We also have some backup stuff though. Bloodghast, just a really good creature to be sacrificed. Like sometimes we just want to get our Greater Gargadon so we can sack Bloodghast, play a land, get back Bloodghast, sack Bloodghast to get counters off our Gargadon, or scry with Viscera. Gifted Aetherborn, just a good blocker, gain some life against aggro. For closing out the game, if the combo's not going to work for some reason, Phyrexian Obliterator, just a huge scary creature for 4 mana. A 5/5 for 4 is a great deal. Demigod of Revenge, a little bit strange, but a big hasty attacker for 5 mana, and we can do some weird synergies if we happen to draw both. We can like sacrifice one to Gargadon, cast the second one, get the first one back. So just big, very efficiently costed for their mana cost creatures that can close out the game in just a couple of attacks. Otherwise, for removal, Gatekeeper Malakir gives us an Edict effect that also comes on a body, so we can sacrifice it to Gargadon or Viscera or whatever. Victim of Night, Fatal Push to kill our opponent's stuff. And the mana base, pretty simple. We get some fetch lands, some shock lands, a bunch of swamps, and then we have in the sideboard some more creatures. So if you run into kind of control-y, grindy decks, we can kind of go all in on Bloodghast and Demigod of Revenge as recursive threats that are going to keep coming back. So if our opponent has a lot of ways to kill our stuff, we can play creatures that are pretty impervious to removal. We also have Vampire Nighthawk, kind of the flying gifted Aetherborn, really good against aggro with the lifelink of the Death Touch. Lash Wraith, just a really huge attacker essentially, since our mana base, other than fetch lands, is 100% swamp, so it should be scaling very quickly, being a 5/5, a 6/6, a 7/7, and then we can always spend some life or some mana, throw it on like a Vampire Nighthawk or something, and just crush our opponent with a huge lifelinker. Otherwise, for combo / control, we get Lost Legacy to grab like those Scapeshifts and Primeval Titans and Ad Nauseams, Thoughtseize and Liliana to attack our opponent's hand. Rakdos Charm does a little bit of everything, mostly graveyard hate though, Mutilate as a sweeper, and then the reason we had so many basic swamps is we got the Jink about Blood Moose in the sideboard, so we just fetch out our swamps. Yes, we can't cast some of our weird sideboard cards because we won't have dual lands, but we can pretty much play a normal game plan if we fetch our swamps early, and that Blood Moon just kind of gets some people and they can't beat it. And that is Undying Solemnity for Modern, and that's been our Instant Deck for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.